Hi, Jean. First one to come in. Well, at least the first one to comment in the chat. Okay. Let's see. Hi, Lisa. Okay. Hi, Melissa. I'm wondering if you got when I'm posting that I will have a live and what is going to be in the live. If you are getting those messages, at least the ones people that are subscribers of the channel. Hi, Judy. I'm just going to wait a few more minutes for people to come in. I hope you got the message about what I'm going to do today. I've printed these two images from a website that I just found out, superstencil.com, and I was there to look at designs for stencils. But decided to use these two more like a focal point and not as a stencil. This one maybe I will do as a stencil. Hi, Linda. Oh, you saw my announcement. That's good. Ellison and Mark are with you. Okay. So I've got these two images from superstencil.com. It's a free site that you can download the all kinds of designs. There I have so many basically for stencils, and if you have one of those fancy machines that do stencils, then you can go wild with it. And today I'm not going to make them into a stencil. I'm going to use them as a focal point, and I want to build around them. Sometimes the background comes first, sometimes focal point comes first. So let's see. I'm going to move this aside for now. You love kitties? That's great. Okay, so I'm starting from the focal point, which is this silhouette of the cats. One kitty, one a cat, whatever. And I've taken all kinds of painty papers that I have and that I thought about using as the background. I just continued the line like they are sitting on a moon. Just continued the line here so it would be easier. And there won't be a lot because they are taking a lot of the background, but I still wanted to pick one of my painty papers to be the background of the silhouette. And I'm really having a hard time to decide. I love all of them. This one, if you are interested, was done with colored tissue paper. Tissue paper most of the time bleeds when you spray it with water. And I punched with this kind of flower punch a lot of tissue paper. Now, if you want to punch tissue paper, you have to put it in between something more more something thicker, like between two printer papers. Otherwise, the tissue paper will just won't be cut and it will clog your puncher. So I've punched a lot of flowers, sprayed the watercolor paper. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit tired today, so I'm getting stuck. And then I've just laid all the punched flowers, and you just let it do its thing, bleed paint out of the paper, and wait for it to dry. When it's dry, you can remove all of it. You can still use it for other projects, and you are left with something like that. This one I've showed at least in two different videos how to do something like that. It's just dipping a balloon in acrylic paint, and you pick whatever color you want, and you pick how many colors you want to dip your balloon in, and then you are just stamping the balloon on your paper. These were made with like 6 years ago. This was made the effect like I just forgot how it's called, but this effect is achieved by using shaving foam and putting on top of it acrylic paint, and then with a wooden skewer you make all these swirly things. You put the paper on top. It makes a lot of mess. That's why I haven't done this in 6 years. And then you scrape it off, the shaving foam. Lots of mess, but that's what you get from it. And this one, I don't even remember what I've done here, but I can see I have some kind of green and turquoise underneath, and on top of it, 2 shades of gold acrylic paint. I really don't remember how I achieved it. It's even on, this was the cover of a very simple notebook, and I just use it to put some paint on. So there it is. So I'm really not sure, but I think that maybe I'm going with this one. That's what I'm going to do. So that's going to be the background for my cats that I need to, I need to trace these are my circle templates. It just makes life easier. I want a piece that has more of this turquoise in the back. Maybe here. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Okay. So I've got this. Everything takes time when you are working from scratch. What can I say? So I had a busy week, although both of my kids, I'm calling them kids, but they are they are taller than me, and they are, I don't know what to call it. So one is in the military, of course, you know, and one was and still is in some kind of a camp for like hiking and survival and whatever. So I had an empty nest here without mom what I'm eating now because when it's always what am I eating now, mom? So I got kind of crazy. I'm not used to both of them not being here at the same time. So I started cooking. Not that I had someone here. It was just me in the hobby. So I had to find someone to cook for. And there was a post we have like for this. It's I don't know what to call it. I live in a small town or something like that. It's not a city. And we have all kinds of Facebook groups for the area. And someone posted that they opened a, what it's called, community kitchen, let's say. So people that, I don't know, if they cook too much and they have leftovers to bring there. If restaurants want to get rid of something, they can bring it there. If you have something of too much of something, instead of throwing it, we are bringing it there. So I started cooking and I just sent it there. So to keep myself occupied. This empty nest is I need to get used to it. So that was some of the things I've done this week. And oh, someone asked me about the pigeons and was very worried. What have I done to the pigeons? The pigeons are well. They were set free. I had to call someone who's expert on that, and he went on the roof and he had to pull a lot of the, I don't know what to call it, shingles, I think, but it's not like what I see, at least they have in the US. It's more like terracotta slabs that you need to lift them if you want to see like the wooden beams that are underneath. So he had to lift the shingles. He took out the nests that were there, and then he went and closed all the openings that they made for themselves to get inside, because they were like in between the shingles, the wooden beams, and then there is something like drywall. So they were just sliding in the space in between, and it was driving me nuts, you know. Okay, so I've got this. I don't want a little bit of white that I have left here, so I'm just going to make my life easy and take a permanent marker, and I'll just go around to make sure I don't have white. Now I really like silhouettes, but this time I want to do something a little bit more interesting than just a dark blob in the shape of the cats. So I I I thought about stenciling, which I can still do, but then I thought that maybe I'll just take a gold marker and do some doodling on top, and just to make them more interesting. Okay, almost done. Going around. Yeah, I think I covered all all the white lines. Yeah. Nope. The ears. So now I'm just going to glue that to the moon here. Once again, using this kind of glue just so I can get to small spaces like here. I'm all for things that just make my life easier, because you really don't need this kind of glue for just paper, but it has a very fine nozzle, so that's what I'm using. Okay. A little bit of trimming here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to go, I don't know, go with the flow. And let's see. Just going to doodle something. And I like wavy lines. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to overthink it. I'm using a Uniball Signo gold pen or whatever. I wanted to order more and I can only find them on Amazon. And now they are not available anymore to Israel. So that's another thing. Someone told me that, because I said that some of the stuff that I order is from some from AliExpress, some from Amazon, and some from Temu. So they had a lot of stuff to say about Temu. But what can I say? Uh, Maybe to the United States it's difficult, but here they are sending whatever I want. It's cheap, it doesn't take a lot of time, and Amazon is just like going back in time when we couldn't order like almost nothing from them. So I'm just going with what available to me. And I'm never telling anyone to buy where I'm buying. You pick what is most good for you. So, but the Uniball Signal, they don't have it on Temu. So I will just need to find different gold markers until Amazon will decide that it can resume sending stuff here. just flipped it so my hand won't get on top of the wet gold ink. Okay, and here I go again and getting myself into the wet ink. Never mind, I'll fix it. And let's see. Little kitty needs also something. And I'm still just working on my focal point. Okay. I'm really not overthinking it. It's just adding some details. As I said, if you don't like doodling, it can be, you can stencil, you can stamp, whatever you like. I just wanted to add some detail that would be interesting and not just a plain silhouette. That's it. Some of it is still wet, so I'm really trying not to get into okay, for right now, I'm leaving it as is. This is my focal point. If I will feel that it needs something else, then I will add. Okay, so I want my focal point here, and now I want to build around it. And before I do it, let's take a look at the chat. So I won't neglect you. Let's see. Ooh, the chat is really active. I need to go back. Wow, I've missed a lot. Wait for wait for me. Okay. Hi Brenda, Julia, Jojo B. Juanita, hello everyone. I hope I'm not missing anyone. Hi Ruth, Evie. Hi Betty. Okay. I'm streaming. I'm trying. It doesn't. I can't say each week because this time I don't know what will be with me the next day, but I'm trying each Friday to go live. My Friday, for those who are down under, it's the next day. So, and you brave souls that are getting up at 6:30 in the morning to watch my live. Oh, you've got black cats. I love black cats. Can't have cats here. I've got I had three asthmatics, and now the children are not asthmatic anymore. But my hubby is also allergic to cats. Okay, not Friday. Today is my brain is fried. Thursday. It's Thursday. Okay. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. Hi, Claudia. I love dogs. There was a time that I don't know how it became so, but I was like um, a doggy sitter, but not intentionally. It's like each dog in the neighborhood went outside and somehow found his way here. Okay, so we've got the focal point, and now I'm going to take a pencil and I'm just going with flowy lines. I can even mark. I'm doing it very gently so I will know where my focal point is, like so. And I'm just going with flowing lines, just having fun with it. Let's see. Yeah, something like that. Nothing is planned. I'm just having fun with it, and that's it. So another thing, I wasn't sure what kind of medium I want to use here. I can use anything, if it's acrylics, if it's even felt pens. Really, I'm open to anything to use. And so this is going to be here. And if you think of something that you want me to use, I'm open for suggestions. I can even use different mediums. It really doesn't matter. I'm just having fun with this background. No suggestions? Nothing? Okay, so let's see. Maybe I want something, maybe some intersecting, something like that. Just a little bit more interest. I don't know. Whatever will be, will be. Yeah, I like soft pastels. I can use your soft pastels. Let's see. Let's bring in the soft pastels. Okay. So I've got these ones, and this is from the cheap store. This is from AliExpress a long time ago. And well, let's see. I'm thinking, what colors do I want to use? I'm wanting yellows and oranges and a hint of turquoise. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, turquoise. Linda, I'm using turquoise. You can use them like this, and depending on the paper, you can also activate them with water, and you can even take a brush with water like so and use them as watercolors. Okay, up to you how you want to use them. And sometimes I like to leave them as is, sometimes I like to activate them with water. I think I'll just go with activating them and something like that. And also I can do that on wet surface, and then they are stronger. So you can play with them however you feel like that. And if you are just using them as is and not activating them with water, it's better to seal it later on. If you've got fixative, that's the best there is, but it's expensive. If you don't have fixative, then the next best thing is clear spray from a can. And the next best thing and the cheapest is a cheap hairspray. So that's the options. Okay, so I'm thinking, yeah, this, I don't know, ochre or mustard. I can also change the color and in each section. It doesn't have to be one solid color in each section. I can do this. I can also mix, like let's take another brown, maybe this one, and mix. Like so. It's really easy. You just and use it how you feel. I didn't clean the brush too much, but I don't care. It just helps. I think I need a brush, a wider, bigger, whatever brush. You see how easy it is? It's also a way to get a look of watercolors, but being in control for all those who don't like or are afraid of watercolors because they think they can't control where they are going. So we've got this section, and what color do I want now? Let's see, some orange, I think. Maybe this one. You see, like if I have a very small space, I can use the corner of the soft pastel to get in, and it's just easier that way. You can do the same things with watercolor pencils. I want a lighter. I can color all day. It doesn't need to be anything specific. I just coloring shapes. Yeah. When you've got like a leftover residue, whatever, like dust from the chalk pastels or soft pastels, just don't do this because then it will smear on your page. Just blow on it and it will go away. This is watercolor paper, 240 gram for a page. Chalk pastels can work also. It doesn't really have to be, of course it's better if it's watercolor, but it doesn't have to be. Even if you've got a thick paper, a regular 240 gram paper, regular one, it also can be it's also okay. I'm thinking where I want a more hint of the turquoise, because I really want just small areas of this and all the other with yellows and oranges. So here I'm putting this one here. And you can change. You don't have to do the whole thing with the same medium. Lots of times I will change if I want a specific shade and I've got it, like, let's say if I want a specific shade and I only got it in watercolors, like for example, if I wanted this color and I don't have it in any other way, then I will use watercolor on the section that I want. You can change. No one said that you have to go and do everything with the same medium. Sometimes even contrast between areas, like area that looks with watercolors next to an area that looks like acrylic paint, the contrast can be interesting, so it doesn't have to be all the same. I can do this kind of background with anything. I can do it with highlighters. I can do it with felt pens. It really doesn't matter, whatever you feel like it. Okay, maybe I will add a, you know what, I'm going to put also here. I wanted 3 areas, small areas, with the turquoise on my page. So here is another small section. I'm not using a lot of water. I like that I see some of, let's say, the texture of the chalk pastel. But if you want a more blended look, then you need more water and more blending if it's with a brush, or you can also use a baby wipe. Also works nicely in blending. If I missed people coming in, hello to you. Thanks for coming in. I'm sorry that I'm not checking the chat a lot. Okay, just so I won't smear turquoise on other areas. So let's go yellow here. Maybe this one. It's a little bit too much of this ochre, so okay. Maybe I'll mix them a little bit. Okay. The color really is very, very easy, as you can see. Okay. Whenever I feel that my brush is dry, I'm just dipping it in the water that I have here in a jar. I'm not too much concerned about it being perfect. I just laying down some color, and I'm thinking how I'm going to add some details or visual texture, however you want to call it, on top of each section. So I'm doing it quite quickly. And let's see. Okay. Next. Eh, again, mix two colors. Did I finish the explanation about how I got rid of the pigeons? I don't think so. I think I got distracted. So I had someone special, went on the roof, took out the shingles, got rid of the nest, and scared away all of the pigeons, and then just sealed all the places that from there the pigeons got in. So that's it. No pigeon was harmed. Okay, not a lot more. maybe a hint of red. I'm making a mess as usual. Here it is. Okay. What color? Let's go with the yellow. I'll pick at the chat in a minute. And if I missed a question or something like that, just put it again. I'll try to keep up. Okay, only one more here. So okay. I think I need a little bit more orangey here. Good enough for a start. Just let's see. Yeah, there is potential here. Okay. Okay. Just picked at the chat. Wow. Okay. Now I want to add some interest to each section. I'm also thinking of going and doing the lines with gold. Let's see, need a piece of paper. Yeah, need something. Just a little bit more, yeah. just by doing the contour lines, and it's starting to take shape. Yeah. Okay, so I'm thinking of using a stencil or some stencils, not just one, to add some interest to each section. Maybe this one. Just this. Need some fixing. Okay, and I want something soft, so I'm gonna use distress inks. Distress inks, and maybe even I've got spiced marmalade. I'm thinking maybe crushed olive, and maybe broken china. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so I've got my makeup brushes, and first of all I want on this yellow. First of all, it's very shiny, and I want to tone it down, and it's a large section on the page, so I'm going with this now I'm doing it very soft. It doesn't really matter, it doesn't need to be perfect. I'm just watching through the stencil where my section is, and just going over, and I can lift and see if it's okay, if I need to fix something, if I need more. Yeah, very soft going about it. Yeah. I'm thinking I'll do the same here on this yellow. Oh yeah, definitely. So now I'm gonna try this. What's the worst that could happen? I'm gonna try putting this on the orangey bits, and I'm gonna change the stencil. I haven't prepared in advance because I really didn't know how I was going to go about it. So it is what it is. Where is my wavy stencil? I don't know. Never mind, I'll use something else. Okay, so let's see something interesting, because I've got all kinds of details here. Yeah. I'm trying to move the stencil until I've got shapes that go along with the shape. The shapes on the stencil go with the shape of what I have got on the page. Yeah. I'm less concerned about what kind of stencil it is, if it's flowers or leaves or whatever. I'm more interested in lots of details and something that will go with the shapes. I won't do something like squares here because it just won't go with the flow. Found it. I'm in love with this stencil. This one also from Temu. Let's see. I'm thinking about doing with the using this and stenciling on these two pieces, but I'm not sure about this color, so I'm gonna try to. Good enough. Whatever will be, will be. Again, I'm going very soft. I can always add if I feel it's needed. Yeah. I love it. What can I say? Let's see for a minute. Oh, it's taking shape. Now I just need, well, I'm going to add more details here and here. And I'm thinking that I need something black to add to the background. So I'm thinking about how I'm doing it. But first I need to find another stencil for these pieces. I'm not even sure what color to use on top. Let's find something interesting. Maybe this wavy. I've got this one. Maybe it will work. And let's take a darker color. With small areas I can use darker color. No, I don't like the stencil. Need to find something else. Something with small details and I don't know. Maybe this will work. Yes, I like it. I don't care that you don't really see what shape it is. It's just adding visual texture. As I said, it really doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm thinking for black details, I'm going to use a stamp. I'm going to stamp something that will go with the lines. I'm thinking either dragonflies or butterflies or both, but let's see. I think I need to do some fixing here. Where are my circle templates? Here we are. Okay. I think it's this one. Yeah. I'm kind of making a mess here. What do you know? Never mind. All good. I'm using a template and still I'm doing not a good line. But I'm not going to stress about it. Yes. Okay. So, dragonflies or butterflies, let's see what I've got that could be nice. But this can work. This is too big. No, no. Maybe. Oh, I've got this dragonfly that will work nicely. I'll start with this and we'll see if I need something more. Okay. And black ink pad. Oh yeah, we've got the winner. Definitely but I'm thinking that I'm going to add something more. And these are too small. I'm just looking to see what would look interesting. Let's see. I'm intentionally putting some one that is like behind the moon, whatever. Don't know how to explain it. Picking from behind this my focal point. Yeah. And I'm thinking also, let's see, I need a piece of paper. I like when I'm stamping outside of the edges of my page, like so, and a hint of one here. And maybe just a hint of other. Yes, here it is. Here is the first page. Just putting down glue. Yes. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so now I need to take a lot of the mess I've done so I can start on the next page. The shaving paper. I need to prepare myself mentally for that. And I don't know how to film it without making a mess. It's messy even if you are doing it in the kitchen near a sink. And if you are doing it like here, I don't know. We'll see. I need to think about it. It's such a mess, and sometimes the smell of the shaving foam, I hate it, and I can't find shaving foam without a scent, which is the least of my worries. As I said, making the shaving painty paper is just one heck of a mess. So I need to think about it. Okay, I can remove all of this. Yay. Almost you can see the desk. Okay. Next. Yes, the paper will smell like shaving cream forever. Yes. Now after 6 years it doesn't smell like that, but it takes time until it loses the smell. Okay. So next in line is this image, this stencil from the superstencil.com. You go there, lots and lots of stencils, and you don't have to do stencils with them. You can use them as template, and it's free, not for commercial use, but it's free. So okay, so I've traced, just took this um, translucent tracing paper and traced the flower because I thought that I'll probably would want to do something in the future, and I like to have all my templates on this. It's just my way of working and it works for me. And I want to trace it to this page, and I'm thinking instead of using graphite paper, I'll just go on the other side over all the lines with this 10B pencil, and this will help me trace the image to my page. And once again, I'm starting with my focal point, and I'm going to build the background around it. If you don't care to have the lines in this dark graphite, you can always use, again, graphite paper is even darker and it smears a lot. But there are other colors of graphite paper, and another way to go about it is to take oil pastels and go over the lines on this side, flip it over, and then trace it. Now, a lot of times if I need to use that technique, I've got a water soluble oil pastels. A little bit of an oxymoron, but that's what they are called, and they work like oil pastels, but they are reactive to water. And I prefer to use them if I want to trace, because then like if I want to do the leaves, then I will use some kind of green, and then when I'm going to color and I'm going to use greens, it will when it will activate, I won't get a smear of something else. I will get a blending with another green color. Okay, flipping it over, and I'm going to trace it now. I'm thinking, where do I want to place it? I don't want center, so I'm going to put it a little bit to the left of the page. Don't know why, I'm just going to do it. And now I'm going over again, over the lines. And now it will transfer the 10B graphite to the page. I hope you can see it. And again, if you don't care, you can use just graphite paper to do the transfer of the image. Just checking to see where I missed. Okay. Almost done. Good enough. Okay, so I've got my image, and so many ways to go about it. I'm thinking that maybe I want to go with black marker where my pencil lines are. I'm just picking at the chat. Bye, Betty. Okay. Yes. Decision made. I'm going over with this black pen for just a simple one. And you know me, I like wobbly lines. I like that it looks freehand, freestyle, I don't know what to call it. I'm doing this kind of focal points a lot lately. I really like it, how they turn out. And to me it looks more organic that way. That's why I haven't went and done a stencil from this image. It's for me it would be very easy to turn it into a stencil, even though that it takes time to cut by hand all the shapes, but it's quite easy, this kind of image, to transfer into a stencil. But I feel that it's more interesting this way. I'm changing as I go if I feel that something don't look quite right to me. Okay, done. Now just removing the pencil lines. Okay, and once again I'm going to do some kind of background that goes with the shape. I've got this kind of a movement going on here, so I'm just going to go with the flow and make all kinds of wavy lines. But this time I'm going to use something else. I'm not going to do the exact same thing I've done here. Just the wavy lines that go I'm just I don't know how to explain it. It's just what I feel at one exact moment. It don't have any explanation for it. Mm. Kind of using the lines of my focal image to go about the page. Yeah. Something just doesn't work for me here. It doesn't go with the flow. Okay. And this time I'm going with black over the lines. Here I went with the gold. Now I'm going with black. I'm just wondering if this is a little bit too wide, but no, I'm just going to do that. Just change this one because I felt like it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's see. I see some questions here. Hi, Sonia. Vicky. Let's see. Miss, the beginning, was this traced or drawn? This I just, the black silhouette I've printed and fussy cut it, and then I've made this doodle on top of it, and it's from superstencil.com. They have lots of free templates or stencil for that matter that you can use, and I've decided to use them as templates or focal point in this case, and not to create a stencil. The flower I traced, again, printed this and then traced it to this tracing paper just because it's easier for me to work, and later on maybe I will make a stencil out of it. Wow. All this talking is making me thirsty. Once again, getting rid of the pencil lines. Reverting, right? Okay, I'm thinking watercolors. Let's bring in the watercolors. I've got this. This I bought a few years ago in Flying Tiger. I've got this Paul Rubens watercolors. And I've got something with Now brand from Amazon. Okay, I'm thinking background in these colors, and I'm going to play and we'll see what where I'm going with it. I don't know. I just had a vague idea what I wanted to do. That's it. Okay, more in the chat. Yeah, I love Art Nouveau. Okay, let's play. I'm just bringing a little bit closer. And let's see. Not interesting. No, I'm just going with these colors, and from the other sets, I don't care. Let's see. Yeah. Once again, I'm doing it very free, quick, don't care. Putting down color. Whatever will be, will be. Oopsie. Another color. I'm just coloring. That's it. Nothing special. Can be done with anything. I'm just looking for a more soft look here than here. That's it. And it doesn't have to be, again, a all solid color, but that's what great with the watercolors. It doesn't give a solid section. You got all kinds of in between of the same color, of course, but I can drop any other color that I want if that's what I'm going for. Just taking another color from another set, going for all kinds of blue and purple. Maybe even some gray, I'm not sure yet. Maybe even metallics, I don't know. Maybe metallic here. You probably can't see it, and it's a little bit more pearlescent than metallic per se. Maybe if I'll tilt the page later on, you can see that it has a little bit of shimmer. I'm not too worried about staying inside the lines and all that. It's very free way to do something and not stress about staying inside the lines and all kinds of stuff that people invent, all kinds of rules when art shouldn't have any rules. Another color. Maybe this grayish light blue. It almost looks like the metallic that I've used. Okay. Maybe I'll be brave and use this color. I'll try. If I don't like it, I'll go over it. I can always dirty it up with something else, like a little bit of this color. So it won't be completely pink. Okay. That's better. What to pick, what to pick. I don't know. I want the lighter colors to be here around my focal point. So I'm going to leave this for a minute and go to the other sections. And let's see, maybe this color. Okay. And if I don't like something, I can always go on top of it, and I can also add. So all kinds of ways to go about it. Maybe I've got some like either it's dark metallic gray or black metallic, whatever I'm thinking here in this sections. I'm telling you, I haven't planned it. I'm just playing. This is totally go with the flow. Another metallic gray, whatever. Almost looks silver. I'm gonna go over the black lines later. Okay. I've got some greenish, grayish, whatever metallic that I'm trying here. Just, no, you can hardly see that it's different from the other two metallic grays. Never mind. If I won't like it, I'll go over it. Trying to pick color. starting to take shape. What do you know? What color do I want to use now? Something blue, something blue. Which blue? I hope you can see that I'm not putting any effort into the coloring with the watercolors. You don't need to be an expert, just need to put it on your page and have fun with it. And if you just color with whatever you want. Okay. I'm going very light with my background. Lots of water, less paint. I wanted a soft background, so my focal point will pop on the page, will be more vibrant than the rest. I'm thinking of another metallic now. Can hardly see the difference between the colors. Never mind. I'll just, let's see. Do you see the shimmer? Just one more section here, and then I can start coloring my focal point. And then I want again to add some detailing to my background. I just need to figure out what color I want here. I'm thinking of going rogue and putting something that will really stand out, like one of these greens. Or maybe, I don't know, going for another metallic, and this, I don't know what to call this color. Yeah. Okay. So I've got my soft background, and I know everything looks like a mess right now, but it will take shape as as I go along. Okay, so moving this aside, I'm going to use this set now. These are more pigmented, more vibrant. So, but I want a smaller brush. Maybe I'm gonna take this one. Okay, so now I'm going to do the other technique that I love with watercolors. I'm going to, oopsie, not clean enough, to put water where I want them to go. So first at here in the middle, and taking yellow and just dipping. Putting a little bit of water at this, the bottom of each petal for that matter, and adding some yellow. And now I'm taking more water, so I'm helping the yellow spread. And I'm going to wait for it to dry, because now I want to put a very vibrant purple on the rest of the petals, but I don't want them to really mix, so I'm going to let them sit a little bit before I'm adding the purple, so I can go and decide to start coloring the leaves. And once again, I'm just switching colors as I go, just so it won't be a solid color and it would be more interesting. And of course, you can do the water all over and just then dip, 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 and let it spread. Whatever is more easy for you. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I do something else because I'm not worried about perfection. I'm just letting the watercolor do its thing. Putting water here. Oopsie, too much. And once again, taking and dipping, helping it. And with watercolors, you can really let some white show. It just acts as a highlight, and no worries about covering everything. Just let it be. And as long as the paint is still wet, you can also remove if something just don't you don't like. Just clean your brush, dry it, and go over the area, and it will pick up the pigment. You see here I've left a little bit of white, I've left here a little bit of white, so it just adds more interest. Now that's just all how I like to go about it. You can really do not leave any white. You can you can color however you feel like it. Okay, so back to my flower, cleaning from the green And now I'm putting water where I want my purple to go. Here we go. Again, water. The beauty of watercolors is the imperfection. You don't need to be perfect. When I first had to learn watercolors, I've hated them. I really, because I thought everything needs to be precise. And it wasn't precise. It wasn't giving me what I wanted. But then what was it? I think I was 22, 23, long time ago. Now I love them. I love that they are not perfect. I love letting them do whatever they want, to go wherever they want. Okay. Almost. Just adding where I think it's needed. I like it. I can always add, as you can see, on top. Almost done with the flower. Yeah, I'm just playing. Okay. I think I'm done with the flower. I think. Sometimes I look at it 5 minutes later and I need to do something else. Yeah. Okay. Done with this. Done with this. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Okay. So now I just need to watch out, and because some areas are still wet, so I need to watch out not to get in them. I'm going over the black lines that got covered with a little bit of metallics. Okay. I'm thinking that I want to play with the thickness of the lines. Mm, okay. Just playing. Okay. Ah, it's still wet. I need to put something here. Mm, Okay, so I want more details in the in between all this, and I'm thinking I'm gonna do it with some making marks with black marker, like maybe so, basically doodling. Starting to get tired. Don't know how long I will survive. But when I'm starting something like this, it's like I have to finish. Oh, I really like it. Just small thing and it changes the whole look. Another one. They are all quitting on me. I'm thinking I'm going to do the same thing here and find some other doodle for the other areas because I really like how this is going. Almost 2 a.m. Yeah, just having fun. If you are not having fun, you are not doing it right. That's what I have to tell you. Wow. Did I say I'm getting tired? Oh my God. And I'm thinking that I need to go around my flower with lines a little bit more defined, like with this marker than the very fine one. And yeah, definitely it needs to be more. I think I'll, I'll just finish it later. I'm not keeping up with the. That's it. I'm fried. All the circuits are fried. Okay, so I'll finish it later, and I'll post. If you are seeing my Facebook page, then you can probably see it there, or when it's finished, I'll put it on Instagram. And for those who don't watch either not Facebook and not Instagram, then I'll just in my next video I'll show how it got finished. Wow. Yeah, I really need to go to sleep. Watercolor paper, 240 gram paper. So thank you everyone for coming in. It was great. And I'm sorry if I neglected you or if I skipped and haven't seen you getting into the chat. And this is it. Unless someone has a question for me. Uh, so bye bye everyone. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye.